If someone walked up to you today and asked, "Are you an artist?" how would you answer? Would you respond, "Well, I like to draw, but I'm not that good." Or, "I dabble in painting from time to time, but I don't know if I would call myself an artist." Or, "When I was a child, I loved to draw." Or, "At one time in my life, I dreamed of being an artist, but... fill in the blank. Do you want to be an artist and even spend time making art, but struggle to identify yourself with that title? I would like to suggest that the way you answer this simple question, "Are you an artist?" has a direct impact on your ability to grow and fulfill your potential as an artist. Want to learn more? Keep on watching. Welcome to my studio. My name is Kris. This channel is all about tools, tips, and tutorials for growing in watercolor. If you haven't discovered them yet, I have a growing list of free downloadable resources, a few free online courses, and some premium courses that can help you elevate your skills in watercolor. If you'd like to check those out, head over to my website at studio.krisdebruine.com. Okay, now back to the question. Are you an artist? When I started painting in watercolor a few years ago, I struggled to identify myself as an artist. I knew I wanted to be an artist, but I struggled to publicly claim that title. About that time, a dear friend challenged my beliefs about myself. She gently rebuked me. "You are an artist," she said. Then she nudged me even further. "You need to say that out loud. You need to say, 'I am an artist.'" It seemed silly at the time. Something inside me resisted. But you know what? When I did start to tell myself and others, "I am an artist," I started to sense a subtle shift inside of me. How I viewed myself began to change. My beliefs started to align with who I wanted to become. And then my actions began to follow. I learned it's a lot easier to adopt habits and practices when they are part of your identity. Who I am comes before what I do. I am an artist, so that's why I create art. And negative beliefs work the same way, but in the opposite direction. So many of my students say, "I want to be a watercolor artist, but I can't draw." That negative statement can sabotage your efforts to improve. Let me encourage you today to eliminate those words from your vocabulary. Anyone can learn to draw, and anyone can learn to paint. So, how do you get started? Start doing small things daily to reinforce this new belief about yourself. Here are some ideas. Number one, create a space in your home that is dedicated to art making. This dedication of space and resources shows that you make art a priority in your life. That's something that artists do. Number two, give yourself an artist's uniform. What do I mean by that? You may have noticed I always wear this golden apron in my studio. This is kind of like my uniform. When I have it on, it says to me and to the world, I am an artist. Well, yes, it keeps my clothes clean too, but more importantly, it supports what I know about myself, that I am an artist. Number three, find some other positive, creative people who make art and spend time with them. We become like those we spend time with. Number four, post your art to social media and say to the world, I am an artist. Trust me, people will notice. I started sharing my art on Instagram several years ago, and now whenever I run into someone who I haven't seen in a while, they almost always remark, I love your art. I started telling the world that I am an artist, and the world started to agree with me. This is a powerful form of reinforcement. And number five, and this is really the most important one, make art. Artists make art. That should go without saying, but it is so easy to spend time learning about art, watching tutorials on art, buying art supplies, but never making art. The most powerful evidence that you are an artist is that you make art. I make a point to get into my studio and put on my uniform and pick up my brushes and paint every day, even if it's just for 5 to 10 minutes. I encourage you to do the same. So let me ask you that question again. Are you an artist? What are you doing today to build that body of evidence that says to yourself and to the world, I am an artist? I encourage you, if you haven't done it already, say it out loud. I am an artist.